Hey there, family of light. How are you? I'm rather festive today. I know I'm ahead of time a bit. So I want to make a New Year video for all of you. I know I'm a bit of head over time, a bit ahead. But you know, there's some places on Earth that are ahead of time. I have a few friends who actually do live in the future. So when they see the video, it might already be New Year. So anyway, welcome to a new year. Welcome to the fabulous 2012. The reason why I decided to do this video is because I want to talk a bit about what I'm grateful for in the year that we were in, the 2011, and what is supposed to be like going into the 2012. And it is an amazing shift, and it was an amazing shift the entire year. So I want to say that I just watched the video about the predictions for 2012 of our beloved sister Be Divine. She has always such an amazing angelic presence. And it really inspired me because it was what I already feel as well, what she was talking about. And I will also paste her link in my content box for all those of you who are guided to see that. And I am recording this because I am going to Austria tomorrow to celebrate my new year. And I am a bit of the festive because I won't get a chance to look like that tomorrow. And I do hope that I will go hiking somewhere on the 1st of January because ever since the last year, which was kind of my first year of a major awakening, when I spend it in the mountains for the 1st of January, I kind of want to make it a tradition, although, you know, always a constant change, so who knows what awaits for me. The thing is that when I was watching the Be Divine's video yesterday, I was also guided to make my own and say a few things that I want to say to all of you. I'm really grateful for what this year, 2011, has brought to all of us. There were major insights, major enlightenments, major light activations, a lot of self-empowerment, you know, working through the self, through self-discovery, through working with our identity, who we are, remembering who we are through divine remembrance, and a lot of the challenges as well. Many of the challenges, for instance, for me, were connected with certain people entering my life who really had a lot to say about me. And this only made me realize further who I am. And this was kind of like, you know, a challenge for me to further see and trust my intuition. And luckily also for the light family around me and the true beautiful guidance of my spirited friends, of my soul group, I was always given the confirmation. And I was learning a lot this year to truly trust myself, my knowing, you know, because oftentimes I would push it away and say, oh, this is not so, because I didn't want to be judgmental, you know. But it wasn't judgment, it was just me knowing the truth. And we have, as I say, multitudes of truth. There are truth through every dimension, through every reality, you know, through every person has their own truth. And here, while we live on earth, we have earthly truth. And there's also only one truth, that is the divine truth, our source truth, as how we were created. So one of the challenges for many of us Ascension pioneers was to work further on our self-empowerment, as to our trusting our gifts, our intuition. I remember speaking this year, I mean, I didn't speak to that woman, but she sent me an MP3 recording of my star markings interpretation. And she told me that I have the marks of seership, that I see beyond, that I know things that some people don't see usually, and that I'm highly intuitive and psychic, but I had to learn to trust that on my own, you know. There's no value if we don't truly believe in our gifts, you know. And sometimes people might consider us a bit naive because we really see the purity in all people. Although, as I say, in this dense earth reality, sometimes not everyone is pure and they have agendas and they have huge projections and a lot of the stuff going around in their lives that they want to project sometimes, and especially to the pure ones, because all is, you know, all loves the light, all wants to be transmuted in the light, but they all have their own challenges to go through, you know. And a lot of that, and we do need that. And we do need to trust that on our own. And that is the earthly truth, to see that. And that is why when we sometimes see beyond and see the purity in everyone, because in our shiny diamond core, we are all pure. Within our source truth, we're all pure. But some remember better than others. So it is our gift to see that. And oftentimes we see certain individuals and we see their deeper truth, their source truth, and we might act, as some would say, naive, but this is not so to say. You know, it is more a gift of truly seeing someone who they are as a divine spark, and we are all a divine spark. And I wish that many more individuals will start discovering their divine spark in the upcoming year. So this was a challenge, I feel, not just for me, but globally, collectively, for all the light workers, all those who are working to serve others, all the creation, because this is what makes us who we are. Because the thing is, you know, many people think that evolved souls and certain people, they don't need challenges in their life, but we are just the same. Every soul is just the same. And in that sense that we have to go through our own challenges, but they're different, you know, they vary. And this was a year that we had, you know, we had to learn to be discerning whether what is our own challenges, what is the challenge of someone else. And this brings forth great growth and expansion within that growth process. So we were learning to deal with our own energy, knowing our space, and dealing with the energy of other people, and knowing our boundaries, knowing our, you know, truly how we communicate to people, because this was also my challenge. I know that already in January, but within the entire new year, a lot is going to change also to the way I offer my loving service as my extension to all of you and all life. And it has to change, because in the universe, the only constant is change. And this has taught me, all those experiences this year, so much. And we do have to grow and expand, because whether we don't make change, we are being pushed, you know, to make the change by the greater force, a will that is greater than our own. And my path is devoted to that will. Ever since my first awakening experience, which was then only progressed further and further. And this is truly a gift, you know, to remember, to know, and to be set within those challenges that we actually as a being set on our own in order to remember. Because as I say, what is common to all of us is that we have to go through those challenges in order to truly remember who we are. And we put those obstacles, so to say, there for a reason. And they serve us so always, you know. And it is oftentimes very important for us. I mean, it's always important for us to know when it's time to leave something that no longer serves us. Because what I have been experiencing this year is a lot of the individuals who are still within the ego mind, very much within the pain, the victim consciousness, and want to drag others along, you know. And they would say oftentimes that those who do not have compassion, you know, that do not want to embrace all the people within their service are bad and things like that. But it's not that way. You cannot serve if you, you know, fall into someone else's problems, because everyone has their own soul path and they have to learn their own lessons. You know, our assistance is only within for the highest good. You know, we can only assist others that way that they also see who they truly are and they start awakening to that. But you cannot do any work for anyone else. It's not how it works. It just simply isn't. So many of the people who are still in the negative, you know, or oftentimes also too much in the positive, you know, there's a balance needed here. And this was also very much the lesson of the 2011. So I would say that this has brought forth such immense growth for all of us, because that balance is needed. And all those who are still not within the neutral consciousness cannot see clearly, because that is the purity that makes you see clearly through the eyes of spirit, that you become one with it completely, you know. So as there might be others in your life as well who are your challengers, you know, they thank them, be within gratitude for them, for every experience, because you have set it upon yourself. There was a reason why that was occurring. For instance, in my life, there was this pattern this year that was evolving around certain energy of people that were entering my life that now just like vanished, cleared off, you know, because that energy was needed to be present in my life for me to move beyond certain things, you know, in my life, to see clearer. And that is why I was really happy to see Be Divine, that wonderful lady, Sister of Light, talking about her own being. She clearly stated that she knows and was, you know, pushing that aside for far too long, but she knows now for definitely and is not afraid to say it anymore that she's an incarnated angel and this is her path, and that she has been a spiritual teacher in many lifetimes and that many people may remember her. And I was watching her video and she was saying those words exactly at 44 minutes of that video, and there was a clear angelic message of truth, and I had, you know, immense resonance with that. So yes, I was so glad, because it gave me confirmation that the great ones, the ancient ones, truly are awakening. And I'm really humble to be one of them. I'm really grateful that I can serve and that many people are seeing the way that I serve. And it has nothing to do with any agenda. I just love to share who I am. And this is the way that we have been learning this year, how to improve our service. This is always a question of mine. How to improve my service that is even better in an even higher, you know, attunement to my being. Because everything, when we are moving further in divine alignment, has to be within the alignment of your spirit, your essence. So we were shedding a lot of the old, clearing a lot of the things, and the obstacles that seemed like obstacles at certain times were just hidden blessings, you know, they're in disguise waiting for us to clearly see the truth beyond. So I'm thankful for all those triggers, for all those beautiful people who came in my life as a blessing also in the, you know, other view, as to truly give me confirmation about what I already know. So I was really opening up to those gifts that I have, to those knowings, because they were not coming from a place of judgment, but I was being told that I just have this gift of seeing both realities, the earthly truth of someone, how they are, and the higher universal truth, the source truth of, you know, and that is why I always see that in every certain people, in every certain individual. And I see this purity within everyone, no matter how their physical appearance or life or persona might be currently. This is just a state, and everyone will get to where they need to get, you know, get in their own evolutionary pace that is appropriate to their being and their school of teaching. So I was really happy, as I say, to notice those, you know, reactions and people starting to proclaim their divinity, because it is time to really claim who we are. It is time for us to claim back our own presence, to truly not be afraid to speak up about who we are. And it is not done from the ego. It is just us really knowing who we are and not being afraid anymore to say it like it is. It is not about labels. It is not about feeling better, worse, nothing as such, but just knowing our path, becoming one with it, because it is a difference whether to know your path or to walk your path. And it was clearly stated in the movie Matrix, you know, Morpheus, the character of Morpheus, says that to someone. So I just wanted to say that it is time, because many people, what they do when they're so interested about the spiritual things, you know, they really perceive things still from the mind, because when you're within the love, you truly do know, and that just vibrates within your being. You don't have to, you know, study it or analyze it. And many people, what they still do is they put higher beings on a pedestal instead of embracing their own divinity. And this has a lot to do with the manipulation here on earth, and, you know, believing in some higher being than yourself. There are multitudes of awareness, and there are different levels of evolution and evolvement of certain individuals, the consciousness within those beings. But people will have to remember their own divinity in a way that they will start climbing back to their source of who they truly are. Because if you put some higher divinity on a pedestal, you will only really truly start moving away from your own divinity. And masters, teachers, guides, angelics, they are not here as to say how divine they are to us. They are here to remind us of our own divinity. And this is why I always say these days that the year 2012 is a lot about the year of empowerment. It has a strong frequency of that. And the year 2011 was a lot about discovering that empowerment, but 2012 is going to be about grounding that empowerment, truly living who we are, not just remembering, but then living it, fully embodying it. So many people really want prophecies or dates and numbers and astrological alignments and what is in store for them in 2012. Well, all that I can say to you is whatever you want it to be, whatever you want to create, whatever you wish to create, because within the aware, awakened ones, this is how it's going to start really truly being, and we are really gonna start feeling the impacts of our being. For instance, just tonight I had this dream when I was shown my impact on others, the impact of my loving service, and I was just, impressed, because we often don't see things that are not tangible. This is still earth. This is still earth reality, We have to remember how the game is being played here in the dense realm. This is the same for all of us, no matter what your divine path is. So when I was shown this, I really felt great, because it reminded me of the things that we don't see. So I feel that in 2012, we're going to see a lot of more results coming in, a lot of more, tangible things being formed, a new platform for new birth being anchored in our lives, so to say. And this was, as I say, a great year, because it produced a lot of self-remembrance, a lot of self-realization, a lot of remembering who we truly are, and connecting to others, connecting to life family. And I do hope that in 2012 we will start to connect with our life family more deeper, on a deeper level, on a more tangible level as well, and start creating more in a tangible form. And a lot is also happening on the energetic level. A lot of the portals is opening in 2012. A lot of the energies are being anchored still, and it is a lot about the integration of what we have already received in 2011. So it is up for you to seek that empowerment within yourself, because there is no ascension without empowerment first. So we do respect our guidance, we do work in unison with them, but we do have to start claiming back our own divinity, our own I am. It doesn't come to us, we have to come to it, because it is not a path that needs to be walked through. It is something that is always there constantly for you to just open the gates and see, It is always there. It is always there. It is never apart, but it's just a point of perception, whether you see it through purifying yourself or not. So I do pray, and that is, of course, within the divine will, divine plan of perfection unfolding always, that there's a lot of purification and purging done this year, and that we all participate in that. We can all invoke higher energies. Of course, our I am presence as well, and especially the sacred violet fire. I keep seeing the violet sparks around me the entire year, and I know what that means for me, and I know what that means collectively as well. So this is very important for all of us to remember how to work with the rays, how to work with the energies. And we have received so much of those light codes, those light activations coming in this year, and we're going to ground them more fully and start remembering our abilities. Like my beloved light sister always says, she says, it is time for us to claim back our abilities. We all have them, but here on earth, we have them in a more earthly kind of way. It is a bit more different. And it's time for us to start remembering, anchoring, and living those abilities. And as I say, for me, this was a year of truly remembering that I do know everything in that way. I just did not always trust myself to a certain degree. And from all the confirmations that I have received from all the beautiful people around the world, that was just always Spirit talking to me. You are on the right path. This is how you are to be of service. And whether you have found your own path this year of greater service that you can provide for the collective good, not just serving others as humans, but serving all life within all creation, I really applaud you. I really say to you that you're a brave soul, a brave spirit, that you are walking a path that we have been walking before. Yes, we have. And it was decided by us, and the strongest of the strong have come here to be of service. Like Jesus said, let the greatest among you become servants. And if you have found that path, truly cherish it, treasure it. Don't let anyone else tell you who you are, what you do, how you do it, because it is you at the end of the day that really knows that when you look within. Because remember, all the people who are still dealing with others too much are actually just moving away from their own self, because sometimes truth can really hurt and can be, really annoying to someone, hard to accept, but it can piss you off, but then later it does awake you. It does bring forth great freedom, acceptance, and self-realization. And just pushing it away, denying it, won't make you live a more fuller life. You know, it will still have that lurking, something like a voice lurking inside you all the time. So do not focus on that negative, you know. I truly pray that there's a lot less of that this year, but you have to know that as the same amount of light is being triggered, the same amount of darkness sometimes emerges, you know, because it is about, you know, stretching out to the full limit and then returning to balance again. And we are that balance. We are the Wayshowers, Ascension pioneers. We are the ones who are living the life of the divine love embodied. And many people will wish to idolize those masters who have been here before, like Jesus and Buddha and so many. Well, instead, forget how to live here and now and see the true masters that are just in front of them. Because as someone once said to me, someone might speak to a master that is just in front of their eyes and they might not even know it. Because people still put some greater divine force on a pedestal too much. And this is what keeps causing human beings so much suffering, because they have forgotten who they are. And even those who are here to remind them, you know, sometimes they're pushing away. But in fact, whenever you push something or someone away, you're just denying your own self. We are one, but we have different paths, all leading to the same source. We are within a variation of creation, and this is what I've been teaching all year. And I do invite you to feel that on a deeper scale, this, you know, as this year is coming to unfoldment, to its end, and every end gives birth to something new. And I'm wishing all of you so much blessing, so much love in this new year that is coming forth. And I'm wishing that you found your joy. And that is what is within your divine purpose. And that is what will be confirmation for you that you are within that purpose. So I'm wishing that to all of you. And there's going to be many people awakening in 2012. And a lot will need assistance. So be brave. You are here to shine your light. And I am here for you, Ascension Pioneers, as the leader of the leaders. Not in a way that I'm anything special or such. Just, I know my place. I have found it. And I have found all of you also. Many of you probably still going to reconnect. And this is all unfolding beautifully. And we are here to just shine our light. Don't let anyone else tell you wrong, you know, don't let anyone tell you different, because they have, you know, to cleanse their own ego minds and truly start living love, not read about it or, you know, preach about love or about masters or what they have been teaching. They need to remember they can be masters as well. All it takes is a closer look. So do look for that. I'm wishing you many connections of the soul during the next year, that your desires become fulfilled, that you do get what you want to create for yourself, and it is there for you to create it, that you receive many love connections within your spirit family, within your romantic relationships. I pray that as many twin flame relationships by the divine plan come forth, you know, together, be reunited in their divine missions all around the world, and I know they are as I speak. And I truly am wishing a lot of the new rebirths to all of you. A lot new ventures, vistas, you know, new territories beyond just the known. And I'm also going to make a lot of the changes this year as well. Because sometimes there's just too much of you writing to me. I sometimes just feel exhausted because I can't reply to everyone. I can't reply to every single question. And that is why I do these videos, because I can reply to more general audience. And this is what brings me joy. And I will start following my joy more, you know, not do something that I feel obliged to do, because there is no such thing as being, you know, obliged to do something. There is no need to do something. There's just being. And I'm wishing for myself and all of you that we find a better way how to serve, that we all improve our service in a way that it better serves us, for when it serves us, you know, it serves all as well. And when we just focus on serving the purpose, the purpose serves us. So it is not for us to seek a certain goal as what our purpose is, but just know that we are the purpose. Every single thing that we are and we do, it is not separate from us. So I really am wishing all of you that you rediscover that, and this is what brings you passion the next year, that we're going to build a lot of the new, that we're going to be reunited with many family members that we have long awaited. we are never separate in spirit, of course. And let that new birth bring forth the new birth of the new planetary consciousness as well. You know, many people say that this is the last year of Piscean age, and the next year we will already be within the year of the Aquarius. So we will see. I'm just looking with anticipation that all that is about to unfold. I don't want to make any assumptions, conclusions. I just want to be a conscious observer and always focused on service. Not whether the UFOs are going to come and, you know, save us, because no one will save anyone. We are it. You know, if you want to learn the lesson, you got to do it yourself. No one's going to save those who are still within the duality consciousness and the material and have not yet surrendered to their spiritual path. This is upon us. This is upon you, you know. So if you're focused still on the outer solutions, resolutions, whatever, you still did not get it. So I hope that the year 2012 is a year that many do get it, that they have this lightning bolt inside the head start lighting up in a more divine kind of way, that they truly are that way, that they remember that. And truly just, I wish that our service improves so much that we can have more time, all of us, also for what we truly love doing, just for the reason of also enjoying this earthly realm. And I do mean also myself, you know, taking a lot more time for dancing and going hiking and things like that, the things that I truly love. Because when we do that, which we are truly joyous about, we serve so much within our frequency. You know, our extended heart pulsates out and has a huge ripple effect. And this is what I was shown tonight in my dreams. Anyway, may you be blessed this year, and may you not focus on the outer too much, but truly focus on the path of within, and focus on what is important to you and what brings you desire. And I hope that as many people as possible who are meant to awaken to that will know that the true reality of spirit is that of being in constant connection with all that is, and just wanting to serve through love that we are. Because love gives itself, and it gives, and it just is. It just is. So let that be my conclusion for now. And I hope that we truly do make this world as we see it in our own visions, because we are co-creators, and we are making it as we are, you know, going about our lives. I hope that truly many of you remember your creator abilities, because you have them, all of you. They just cannot be used and utilized if you do not remember them. So I wish that my way of facilitating my work of service will serve even better the next year. And I'm hoping to launch my blog, my webpage in January. I hope that works. And I hope to see you all within the new paradigm that I'm setting for myself and all others, because we're all one the next year. Thank you, beautiful people in the heart. Stay true to yourself and have a happy celebration of the new coming year, okay? Be festive. It truly pays off. Bye-bye. I'll see you soon. Happy New Year!